I bet you didn't know the center of the world is actually located in California. You can find it 5 hours southeast of Los Angeles in the small town of Felicity, right on the Arizona border. My dad and I visited on the way back from our Arizona road trip, and here's the full adventure. Today we are finally checking off one of Pop's bucket list items.
Gotta get to the center of the world.
Gotta get to the center of the whole world.
It's right over there. We're almost there. Not quite there yet.
I mean, it should go without saying that obviously the center of the world is in California, right?
Just ask somebody from California, they'll tell you.
The first thing you have to see is this staircase, which was actually a part of the Eiffel Tower. This was an original part of the Eiffel Tower, but due to its weight, it was actually replaced in the 1960s and the sections were auctioned off. This is one of 20 sections that were replaced, and it stands at 25 feet tall and 6,600 pounds. From there, it was back across the street to explore the Sundial and a few other things before entering the center of the world. The first thing you'll see is the Sundial, which has a bronze sculpture of the arm of God from the creation painting in the Sistine Chapel. Isn't that God's figure from the Sistine Chapel pointing at you? I'm sure we're the first people that have ever recreated this photo here. And there we have it right in front of us. That pyramid notes the official center of the world. We just have to pay in order to access it. Unfortunately, we weren't heading to the center of the world. We had a 10-minute video we had to watch on history before heading in. Apparently, there's a video we watch now.
In 1997,
From there, we could finally enter the pyramid that protects the center of the world and wait for our name to be called.
Josh McNair.
All right, come to the center of the world, and I wish for world peace. You're up.
All right.
What are you wishing for?
World peace is a good thing.
A double helping of world peace. Check it out. This is the official center of the world. This dot right here. Let me know in the comments if world peace came true. This all came about when a children's novel actually designated Felicity, California as the center of the world. After that, the supervisors of Imperial County voted to confirm that, and in 1989, the government of France actually recognized it as the official center of the world. There was our life before we touched the center of the world, and our life after. I feel enlightened to go explore. While of course most people come for the center of the world, one of the coolest things is actually the History of Humanity Granite Museum, which is right outside of the pyramid.
One of the things that's amazing is the person who makes these does it with a small little Dremel tool, the little grinder kind of thing on the tip of like a tool. It's amazing that they can do this.
I like this one, beautiful California. Can you tell me what each of these places are? As you walk towards the back in the main monument, you'll see the history of the United States of America, the history of Arizona, and the history of California all in granite. May you live in interesting times. And here is all of the things that are happening that they deem interesting. Drones and exploring Mars are the top two. The website states that they have 20 monuments, over 700 panels, and over 1,000 hand-etched illustrations here. This is a replica of the Liberty Bell that you can actually ring. Wow, very loud. Complete with its crack. So this is the wall dedicated to animals, but they got some interesting additions on here. Fleas. Nobody really wants to remember fleas. And we have Pop's favorite animal of all time.
I think they underestimated the size. This is more the actual size, not these little tiny things.
The deadliest animal.
Wait a second. Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, Donatello. The turtles were named after artists.
Surprise! Also, let us know what your favorite Ninja Turtle was in the comments. Mine was Raphael.
I don't remember the purple one.
Pop's favorite was the purple one, Donatello. The 8 pillars that surround the middle are all the history of the world. And then in the middle, they call this the Rosetta Stone. So it has the same thing written in multiple different languages, and it says, on behalf of the people of the world, this monument is designed as a key for visitors of the far distant future to understand our writings. I don't know, I think all this is pretty cool. It's an interesting idea and a unique way to do a museum. This is the last one they have done on this side since the rest is still being written, but it says, unless we destroy ourselves or succumb to a cosmic accident, our destiny should be set on a path to the stars. All right, our last thing we gotta do here is to go visit the chapel. They said that this is a non-denominational church that's mostly used for weddings. Doesn't have any services. Known as the Hill of Prayer, the church sits atop 150,000 tons of earth that were moved to create the 35-foot hill. It takes 49 stairs to get to the top, and from the top you can see all over the property. Visitors are encouraged to just relax and reflect here.
So we've been having fun with this a little bit, that it's the center of the world. But I have to say that the way that they've laid out this museum here is actually very unique. It's kind of cool. And the beautiful chapel is exactly that. It's just a beautiful little chapel. On the one hand, have fun with it, the center of the world, but the other hand, enjoy the history and the way that it's presented so uniquely.
Only one more thing left to see, and that's the maze that they have over here, where I think you can actually add your own things to the granite. This is the newest addition to the property, which was built in 2018. It's called the Maze of Honor, and it's a 160,000 square foot labyrinth. All this open space, apparently you can actually buy a piece to put in here, which is pretty cool to add to this awesome spot. You can buy a panel online for $500, and they'll engrave the photo and text that you send them and then put it at the next place in the maze. Maybe one day I'll get inspired and add a picture of Pops and I. The last thing that I wanted to mention that I missed on the way in is the Korean War Memorial. The sign on the memorial states that it's dedicated to the 4,617 Marines and 107 Navy corpsmen who died for their country in the Korean War, and to the United States Marines past, present, and future. That's it for our time at the official center of the world. This is a fun spot. If you find yourself in this part of California, you should definitely come see. We'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to leave without getting your official Center of the World certificates. Pop's bucket list, check.